But what became the most critical and most important too was having some support with me, having somebody that Courtney, a four-time tough mutter, having him in my corner, saying, "Look, this is that. Look, we gonna get over this one. We gonna let me stand on my shoulder. Let me lift you. Let me help you. Let me help you out." Having Bruce there, like, hey, keeping me encouraged. Hey, we just hit mile 6. We right there. We're already past halfway. Let's go. Welcome back, Pizza King Podcast listeners. I'm your host, Tyrell Reed, joining you here from the home office studio hangout spot. I got Dallas Reed hanging out behind me. Sit up and say, "What's up, Dallas?"
What's up?
What's going on? That's my guy right there. He charging his phone. That's why he hanging out in here. He don't want to talk about that. He broke another charger. Anyways, we back at it. We're full swing of summer, and excited to jump on and talk through another episode. Just update in my life and Pizza Chronicles and what's been going on. I haven't talked to you guys since before, but I just got back a couple of days ago from Michigan, where I did Tough Mudder with my brothers Bruce and Courtney. And first of all, let me say, sometimes the kind of person you are will get you into trouble. Like, I'm the kind of person that's like always down to do shit and always down to like just be like, yeah, I'm in, I'm down, I'm game. And especially when it comes to supporting my friends and my family, I'm always up for a challenge. I'm always down to do some things. I should have just kept my mouth closed on that Tough Mudder because that thing was rough. Courtney just retired from the Army, and he wanted to do something to celebrate. And he threw it out there to the group. We got our group chat going. He threw it out there to the group like, "Hey, let's jump on this Tough Mudder." And I was a quick yes. Oh yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. And then the training started. I had 11 weeks to get ready for it, and it was already intimidating because it was we did a 10+ miles. It was going to be at least 20 obstacles, and even with 11 weeks of training, in my opinion, there's no training that can prepare you for what you're about to go through out there, mentally and physically. For 10, 11, 12 miles, however many miles it was, all of the obstacles, all of the challenges, what an experience. But we finished it. We got it done. I was sore for a good solid 2 or 3 days, whole body cramping up, but it was well worth all of the things that we had to go through to get it done and get through that course over there in Michigan. So we were up in Oxford, Michigan, and I think we were riding home, and I'm like telling these guys, like, I don't know where I am on the Michigan on the map. He was like, you about right there. So I guess we were in the palm of Michigan and doing it. You ever seen anybody do that before? Give you the map of Michigan, but they show you on the hand, on the mitten. So we were like right there. I'm from Lansing, but it was cool. So we were up in the northern part of the state. Beautiful scenery, lakes. It was not old. It was beautiful property, like a materials and gravel business that just had all kinds of beautiful landscape. Some really rough hills, a lot of rocks, ton of mud, and it was something. Crossing the finish line gives you an incredible sense of accomplishment, and then all of the pain starts to set in right after that. And it's not unlike going through what you got to go through to open one of these restaurants. You know what I mean? Y'all have been through it, so I'm not saying much there. And even when I posted it on IG and Facebook, some other folks that reached out like, man, I did it before too. So shout out to anyone who's prepared and went through the pain of going through one of these obstacle races, because that was the first one for me, and it was a hell of a challenge. And I'm glad that I finished, and I know that if I ever want to do it again, I need to start preparing even much way, way, way earlier. Oh, my ass is training in the gym, running on the treadmill like that was gonna get me somewhere. Please. Guy had to get outside, had to get around some hills. We don't have a very hilly terrain here in Florida where I live. It's pretty flat. So I gotta start to like create those types of terrains and challenges or find places, golf courses, something like find some hills. Oh, there's a hill around here at Medard.
Yeah.
There is a big hill over there. It's like starting to run some hills and put your body through some of that stuff because there's nothing in the gym that's gonna prepare you for that. It had me thinking, on the way home, like, man, this was dope. I felt accomplished, and I honestly came out of it wanting to go back in and do it again because out of the 23 obstacles I finished 18 of them. Two I tried. I think two I tried and didn't get through, like the hanging, trying to do like the monkey bars across, fell off of those, and then there were three that I didn't even attempt. The gas chamber. Late in the race, I had a really bad cramp in my calf and in my right calf and my left groin, which was really slowing me down on some of the on the climb. So I didn't do one of like the big trying to climb up the big Everest, and I didn't do a couple of other ones. So 18 out of 23 obstacles complete, but crossed that finish line. Super elated, super happy. I'll put some I'll put a picture up of it because it was just that fun. But it had me thinking about, what it's like in this process. And look, in preparing for Tough Mudder, we started to get the course early. Like you start to understand what the obstacles are, and you can start seeing some of that stuff. Um, you could look through all the YouTube videos and see how to prepare and what gear you should have and what shoes you should wear and how you should plan your hydration and what you should be doing in training 10 weeks out, 5 weeks out, 6 weeks out, all of these things. And it made me think about what we do and what I try to do in helping people prepare for opening their first pizzeria. And it was like, you know, even with even with having all of that information and they sent you the course and I knew the entire route and you know how much distance is between each obstacle and we had all the preparation, nothing compared to having my guys with me mentally to help me get through each one of those because all the preparation went out the window once the course started. And I knew it well. Like I was the one that like, oh, it was like trying to psych myself out. Oh, it's only, a mile or two here and there. And, it's not a 10-mile race. And it's not a race. We just get through it. And here's how I prepare for this. And I know I can hang for this long. And I know I can, my legs are strong enough to get me over it. Like I, I knew I thought I was mentally prepared, but then when it started, all that changed because the terrain wasn't what I prepped on. The atmosphere wasn't where I trained. The environment wasn't the same environment that I've been preparing in. And all of those things started to come into play, which is not any different than what it's like when you tell yourself that you're going to get into this business and you're going to open your first shop. I can give you all the checklists and look, you can get all that stuff from me. We already know. I talk about it all the time. Checklists, books. We just dropped a new book. All these things to help you prepare, and they're great and they're valuable tools. But what became the most critical and most important tool was having some support with me, having somebody that Courtney, a four-time tough mudder, having him in my corner, saying, "Look, this is that. Look, we gonna get over this one. We gonna let me stand on my shoulder. Let me lift you. Let me help you. Let me help you out." Having Bruce there, like, hey, keeping me encouraged. Hey, we just hit mile 6. We right there. We're already past halfway. Let's go. Having that support and having, almost a coach and a mentor there with me was like the cheat code for real when it came to finishing. Because mentally, you got somebody with you. You you go get it done. So when I tell you when it's time for you to start on this journey for yours, make sure that and look, it don't have to be me, but make sure that you got somebody that's with you that can help guide you and support you and someone who's been there That was the key. Someone who's been there and who's been through it that can tell you, look, this is what it's like on the other side of that. You know what I mean? Like this, if it, regardless of how it looks right here, right now, this is what you should expect next, and this is what it looks like when you get past that. We're going straight. We're going downhill after we get up here. Let the momentum carry you. This is the hardest part of it, but after here, it's going to be flat. You know what I mean? Like all that shit mattered. All that shit mattered, and you can do it. You can have all the tools, and you can prepare. And I encourage you to do it. Take advantage of all of that because that helps you go into it with the right attitude. That helps you understand that. That helps you understand that. Look, there are going to be some challenges that I'm gonna come up on, and this is when they're going to happen. I know that after I hire a contractor, we're going to have to go through an arduous permitting process, depending on where we are. I know that inspectors are going to come out. I know that they're going to do all these things. That's okay because I knew it was coming. But now here's a cheat code. Here's what they're going to look for. Let me talk to my associate that says, look, oh yeah, I know that inspector. Yeah, he's done a couple for me. He's gonna be real focused on, the finishes and how things look according to the plans. And this guy's not gonna be so worried about, what the exterior looks like as long as you got everything in line. I mean, like all the different little nuances, right? That it starts to matter. So I just say that to say, as I completed, finished and completed my Tough Mudder experience, I'm happy that I had the tools to prepare. I'm happy that I was able to hire, you know, trainers and get training plans and get help and support from people who have been through it and are offering those kind of services and products. But I was also very grateful to have somebody with me in the process to help me really get over the hump. And none of that was about pizza, but I figured it was worth talking about because I started to see the parallels myself as I was going through it. And as we were driving home, I was starting to just in my mind draw those parallels between what I just gone through and what that process, feels like, especially for a first timer. And yeah, so that was it. Pizza of the week this week. I'm excited. We've been playing around a lot with a Detroit style pizza, the square pie, and it's about to hit. It's gonna hit the menu. We're looking to do probably gonna do like one day a week where we offer the Detroit style, and I'm excited about that because we've just been having a ton of fun making them. We've been having a hell of a time enjoying them, and they're delicious. So I'm excited about having those things on the menu. So stay tuned for that. If you're in, Brandon, Tampa area, you definitely want to come check us out and get your hands on one of these Detroit style pies. And yeah, it's real short episode this week. I just wanted to just tap back in and say what's up. Hey, the book is out. That's the other thing I didn't get a chance to do is talk about the book Idea to Open, step by step guide to opening your first pizzeria. That thing is out. We're past the pre-order stage, so we're on to full price now, but you're still going to get incredible value. This thing is jam packed with all kinds of bundles. The team building bundle with team building guide, hiring and recruiting, job descriptions, schedule templates, training schedule outlines, team member handbook outlines. You got the profit playbook with a break even analysis, your weekly P&L calculator. You got what else is in that thing? The operations toolkit with some of the daily operations checklist. Just some of the tools that I've used over the years and that I put together. And it's a real simple thing. You go ahead and go to the site tyronereed.com, look at the products, go ahead and take a look at that. That's going to come with all of the tools and the things that you need to learn and to understand what you're getting into. But it's also going to have some of those templates to give you that shortcut, save you some of the time that it spent me creating those. You got it right there. They're all Google Docs. Change the name, change the dates, change some of it's totally customizable, change the pieces that you need to change, and go ahead and start to apply those directly to your business and get yourself on the road. But that's all we got for you. Pizza King podcast. Tap in with us. Go follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Appreciate everybody on YouTube. The growth has been crazy over the last, 45 days. Totally, just well, how do I say it? I'm just excited and thankful and grateful and appreciative of all of the growth on YouTube, really on all of the platforms, but especially YouTube because we've been putting a lot of focus into the YouTube channel. So just excited about how that's been growing and stay tuned in with us. We got more great episodes to come. I got Dodie from Pizza King of Texas coming up. Really hoping to we got that one coming up. I've been talking to a couple of other folks about coming onto the show. I know Pizza Hawk is coming soon. He's working on getting his studio set up. So I'm excited for us to get a collaboration going. What else is going on? Speaking engagements coming up. You got Western Food Show in August. You got Pizza Tomorrow Summit coming up in November. There's going to be opportunities just for us to, connect live. So, tap in with me, stay tuned in. And, as always, appreciate you. Holla at your boy.